We're at the Progressive International Motorcycle Show, and today I'm meeting with Hank Thibodeau from Widowmaker, who's one of the competitors in our JMP Cycles Ultimate Builder Custom Bike Show. Hank's got quite a unique piece here, from the way the rear fender and everything is suspended with rod ends, to the incredible front end and just the drop seat, the whole style of the bike. But rather than me telling you about the bike, why don't you hear from the man? So let's start at the front end, Hank, and why don't you tell us what you got going on there?
The front fork assembly is kind of a reverse Springer girder style front end. It's kind of a Schwinn spring and fork assembly. Just kind of a vision that I had one day. The difficulty in this bike, this front end, was trying to get the trail to maintain a safe range the whole time I was making it, wherever the travel the front wheel was. The other big issue was we had to work closely with suspension technologies to get them build us these custom shocks for the front end. Beyond that, the next big thing in this bike was the power plant on this bike. It's a 2015 Harley 103 motor that's in an Evo frame with a Evo style 6-speed transmission, Evo open belt primary, which typically doesn't work together. We had to rebroach the front sprocket to fit the sprocket shaft in the motor itself. It's a one-off intake system, one of my feature force feed and intake systems, my exhaust system. I took the original frame, cut it in half, stretched and remade the rear half of the frame original. The rear fender is held on by tension. It's actually not hard bolted in place. It kind of works like a full-length suspension. The rear fender can be adjusted forward, back, left, right, up, down, or however.
So how did you come up with that idea of, I mean, I've seen a lot of bikes over the years. I've never seen something using the rod ends for that adjustability. So, you know, how did that come about?
I wanted something that was different, unique. I wanted something that was, industrial looking. And
certainly is.
So I came with the original idea. Actually started with the 3 drag links in the very center of the fender, and I kind of wanted to give that spine type look to it. And then I did the first 3 pieces, and I was like, well, crap, I got to attach it somewhere else. And then until I finally got all the pieces in place to be able to make everything work and be functional.
Right. You know, one of the nice things when you see most of these fat tire bikes, they're running that right side drive.
Right.
Well, when you're building your own frame, you can make up for all those compensations. So it's really nice to see the left side drive. And you got the oil tank kind of tucked in there too now. That appears to be solid mounted, and you're just running those brackets off to the fender.
Correct. It's still on rubber isolators. That oil tank was not a bought product. It was just a simple piece of material I rolled out in a bead roller at the shop. It's just a simple basic setup, nothing great elaborate, but again, functional.
Yeah.
Another nice thing on this bike, there's no zip ties, there's no hose clamps, there's nothing on this bike. Everything is all high pressure fittings, all nicely placed and clean, industrial.
Very nice. Now I noticed the master cylinders there, or the reservoirs. That's kind of neat looking. Where did those come from?
They came from, what's his name?
Oh, Jeremy Cup.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, LC Fabrications.
Yes, thank you. These are Jeremy Cup's bikes. He actually had me sweating last year waiting for these to come in before the show last year.
Well, you know, now that you say that, I can obviously see Jeremy Cup in those. You know, he talk about the mad machinist, man. He is.
Hey, he's fantastic.
Really good.
That's great accent to the bike. The other cool features on this bike is the Pyrex glass push tube covers, and the clear rocker boxes and the clear cam cover as well.
It's really something special. Now, for the dimensions, obviously it's a drop seat down there and everything. What about handling and stuff like that, and riding position? Actually,
when you get on the bike and you're sitting in the crouch position on the bike, you just immediately kind of want to grab a fistful of throttle and go fast.
Yeah.
The bike actually handles and rides really, really good. Obviously, when you're building a one-off bike, you give one shot at building it, and whatever you end up with, what you end up with. All the math worked out.
Well, it looks like it has a good weight distribution.
It does.
You know, and that's really part of that trick, you know.
It does. The feel of the bike, you look at it, and it's intimidating looking at it sitting on, but it does really, really well.
Well, I'll tell you, I love the look of this. Even how you've enhanced the rear end, again, using the tie rod ends, just for that crisscross look. You know, you've really done a complete job, but Let's go look at this other bike over here across the way.
It's a home run.
This has got to be the longest Springer front end I've ever seen in my life. How long is that thing?
The Springer front end from tip to tip is almost 6 feet.
Wow, wow.
It's actually longer from the tip of the Springer front end to the axle, or the Springer fork down the other end, than it is from the neck to the rear axle of the bike.
Now, earlier today I had the opportunity to roll it around trying to help everything get set up, and it has a very neutral feel. There's no flop to it or anything like that. All that geometry, is that something that you work out yourself?
We do. I work closely with American Suspension, gave them all the dimensions to get the rocker length and everything right on the front end, with the right size tire, and getting this aggressive 67 degrees of rake in the neck to get the trail right so the bike is light in the front end. Like, you know, old choppers, you go to pick them up, the front end just wants to flop to one side or the other.
Absolutely, I've been down that road. Yeah.
Scarily enough.
So I mean, I was going to say 55 degrees, 67 degrees,
67 degrees of rake.
And so that's part of the math when you figured it all out to get the right trail and everything. So the tank is crazy. It goes along with the rest of the look. What about a few more details about this bike?
This gas tank took 20 square feet of material to make this gas tank. There was a total of 26 individual paint pieces of material that were cut, shaped to make this gas tank work. The rear fender actually doubles as an oil tank. There's an oil tank down here in the very lower section of the front fender, or rear fender. When the customer and I were talking about the aggressive rake and trail on the bike, one of the big fears was structural integrity. So I actually ended up going back in and capping the backbone and double walling the backbone of the bike to give it a little bit more integrity. The top motor mount that's on the up here, it actually goes from here, goes all the way back up to the front gusset to spread that load out across the bike. The other features in this bike, it's kind of the opposite of the last bike. That one was an Evo frame with a twin cam motor. This one was originally a twin cam frame with an Evo motor.
All right.
So we had to make the transmission plates, motor mounts, and all that stuff to make all the Evo style functions work in this bike.
I noticed that on both of these bikes you have that kind of hammer coating effect on the frame. So how do you go about doing that? Because you know, I mean, I've seen that some that are trying to get that industrial look, but it doesn't look as clean and bright as what you have here.
This setup is actually comes straight out of the bottle, just the way it's like here, the powder coat.
All right.
So this one's a silver paint finish, the other one's a beaver tone. When you spray it, it looks gray after it's baked. That's the thing.
Man, that's
three of them.
Yeah. But no, it works perfect with it. It gives it that whole industrial look, you know. So, hey, you know, Hank, you've been at a lot of shows that I've been doing and stuff like that. I appreciate you coming here, and I wish you good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
You know, you win this weekend, you get a chance to go to Chicago for the championship, which is coming up next week. Yeah, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, I don't even know if you're going to go home, you know. I mean, these bikes are incredible. The Ultimate Builder Series we started out in Long Beach running 7 shows. The last one is next week for this season. It's going to be a big one.
Yes.
We're already pretty much almost closed out on the regular show. The championship show is filling up already, so we got a couple guys from here. We're going to be off and running. So hope to see you there. I hope you do well this weekend.
Thank you, Bob.